Bella Firestar Collective. You're listening to Bella Firestar here. You've hit a pivotal moment in your journey on Earth. And what's happening is that you're metamorphosizing. You're changing, your vibration's changing. You can no longer tolerate that which you found appeasing, I'm hearing. Welcome to my channel. Now this is where you can feel that you're part of a collective and the universe is backing this collective. So it's cooperating with you for unprecedented wealth and happiness. You are combining happiness into every cell of your body and you become the amplification of abundance itself. Supernatural backup arrives without delay. Divine support comes to you from visible and invisible sources, and angels have been assigned. So get ready for divine coincidences. They are orchestrations, right, of your divine blueprint being revealed. Confirmations that you may receive in the coming hours from this reading are dreams, visions, numbers, messages, overheard conversations, lyrics in songs, unexpected encounters. We're looking at divine transfers being set up as you align to activate and receive the blessings. Wow, the miracle chooses the aligned. Blessings are being released in the spiritual level for you. Right? People that wanted to bring you down, they wanted power over you. They won't be able to reach you. No more co-signing other people's dysfunction. Go collective, for what you carry cannot be forgotten, erased, or replaced. It demands to be recognized. So on this day, you're reclaiming your sovereignty back to yourself, over yourself, becoming more disciplined, more emotionally mature, and less able to be destabilized in your emotional body. For you are about to receive compensation that will offend those who played you. In between the ache of what you didn't happen and the whisper of what might happen. That's where you are. We're going into that space right now with the abundance angels. So we're in that space between the ache of what didn't happen. You know how you grieve the future you're not having? And the whisper of what is about to happen. I love it. Angels of abundance, we call upon you now for the Bella Firestar Collective as they're making it through the breakthrough. Right? So the breakthrough, this is a message from the galaxy, from your galactic brothers and sisters of the light. So a lot of you have a star seed of origin, which is Pleiades. Some of you are Arcturus B. If you don't know, you need to get your Destiny Star activation. ReikiByBella.com under Psychic Readings. You just book in the calendar in your own time zone. For your identity, your sovereignty is being reclaimed by yourself. Declutter all things you're being asked today. You might get the urge to spring clean. You may get the urge to do energized silence or a 45-minute Reiki meditation to sit outside in nature with nothing, no journal, no distractions. This is a decluttering of the mind space to allow you to receive your new blueprint. So you've received it, the angels are saying here, and you're activating it when you're ready. It activates through your positive mental attitude. So keep up the good work. Your savings are increasing right now, activating and manifesting multiplication. right? As you consistently set aside time for yourself. That's also in time and in nature, right? Investing, isn't it? Savings and putting some money aside for yourself, tithing 10% to yourself, 10% to somebody who's helped you spiritually, who's in the kingdom, and something that you're interested in that you would like to expand. So there's a 10-10-10 rule here. And look, it's coming back to you. People are cooperating with you. Competition has left the building. And now things start to increase suddenly. You're walking into a time of increase, of support, and multiplication. Only God can do the law of multiplication. Everything you need is supplied by the infinite source of God, and your faith opens the doorway. Right? In God there is no lack or limitation, rather there is plenty of abundance for all to share. There's been a trauma lifted from your childhood here of not being able to receive, and this has had a cataclysmic effect on the collective. As we have lifted individually childhood trauma, it's gone. So then this is what they're saying, it's a setup. That pain released you from it for good, whatever came up. And now you're being filled, right? And then here comes the windfall of abundance. So you're being filled as you release, declutter, create. You're a space creator. You're creating space for wealth to come and stay. You're being a wonderful place for wealth to multiply, right? For wealth, and it's through your connection to source, right? Not being drawn into the magnetism of the matrix. You don't want to go into the metaverse, for you're a child of the universe. You know what I mean? You want to expand, not bring it in. You don't want to put goggles on and bring your world into a smaller space. You're open to expansion, and here is your contract. In this blueprint collective, are you listening? There's a divine love template. There's a divine blueprint for $1 million. Some of you have activations also of spiritual gifts, of clairs opening, right? Seeing, channeling from the divine. Magical memories coming back of sacred energies that have been laying dormant. This is a recognition of you're not really, like, this is a message excuse me, for those who have felt like a black sheep. Like, you know, I was saying to the others, like, sometimes when you don't feel like you don't fit in all the time, and it's good now. You find out, wow, it's so good I don't fit into the matrix. It's so good I'm not dulled down and addicted to the matrix. Yeah, look, stepping out of that timeline. This is a timeline jump. It's happening right now in your cellular body. So your cellular radiation changes. Look, healthy, healing, second chance. You're like, okay. This is where, you know, Superman, Clark Kent turns into Superman. I don't know who Wonder Woman is before Wonder Woman, but she turns, right? Yeah, you're waiting because you're in the metamorphosis stage. It's not long now. It's a matter of hours. So we've got 9 hours because your wings are coming out, your wing makers, your grid workers. You've successfully passed the first initiation, Starseed. You should be congratulating yourself. And that's why there's a little bit of a pause here. There might be times where you don't feel like you know what your next step is, or it feels like it's not there. So don't allow confusion to come in. Because look, these memories of budget lessons in the past were just to strengthen you for your wealth creation. This was all a part of learning. Preparation, I'm hearing. Yeah, preparation. Because then things go very fast, right? So you go from nothing to slow motion to almost suspended animation. And then it starts to flow. See here, it's up to you. Things have been paused for a while. And on the mental body, you've been thinking in a vibration, right, that makes things mean something. So it's like, if I don't have this, you know, they call it the means. If I don't have the means like this, it's like, why can't you get it given to you? You're opening to expand that it's already there and that you're aligning with it. You don't have to strive for it. This is more of an alignment, an anchoring energy. Ooh, the wrong cards there. Whoa, this is it. You're halfway out. You're halfway out of the chrysalis. This is your transformation moment. You cannot go back. It's irreversible. Right, once the butterfly comes out, so that's what it's been painful. There's also been like spiritual contractions. You've been activating because of your sense of knowingness, right? Of like this world, the way it's set up. The world is set up for destruction, but you're set up for transformation. So you're making a stand here. Ooh, collective. Wow. I just felt like the door slammed. Someone's slammed a door here. It can never be opened again. It's irreversible. So there's been decisions made in this last gateway that are irreversible. And you're happy about it. And that's what activates and helps quicken your transformation here. Fancy having the Tower underneath the Death card. Right? You won't even recognize yourself. You're slowly transforming in your DNA. And this is because you are sick of it being so slow. And you know, right, when you're a spiritual being, how slow this plane is. The earth plane is very slow. And instead of asking things to hurry up and being upset and stamping your feet, you're deciding to just be still and know that God's working in your favor. And this has to be released. Releasing the past, collective. This is huge. This is, you're no longer who other people think you were or their perception of you. Yeah, this is your transformation. Emotionally, you're upgrading. You're like, I think this is not emotional fulfillment. And what I think, right, I think I came into this earth, this is your sense of knowingness, that I do have it. Like I do have a divine blueprint. And that's why you're here watching this reading. Because this is what you're doing. You're making a stand. No matter what it costs emotionally for your transformation to occur. So it's scary because you're a pioneer. And you're a renegade of light. So you've had to you've had to face some dark times, right? And that was when you went into things like self-denial, self-sabotage, and then you've left it behind. All of a sudden, you cannot, there's no confusion. Clarity takes over. This is the transformation stage. You're going from being emotionally upset to transforming into everything that's mine will come to me by divine right sort of thing. You know what I mean? Like you don't have to chase anything. Look what we've got in the romance angels. Look, it's your strength, your courage. You face some things. And it's also unlocking key code childhood trauma locks. They've been released. That's what I call them. Well done. You had to face that trauma. It goes through your whole body. It's like you're sitting in a cloud, and you think, is this oppression energy going to like push me further, or is it leaving? I get confused. I don't know whether it's coming or going. And then I remember if I was saying it to a client, I would say it's being released. So let it go. And you go, oh yeah. If you're feeling it, it's on its way out. Don't bring it back and hold on to it with worry. Been so brave and amazing. Terrifying, the trauma, facing the childhood trauma. It's been like captured, just think in a facet of your diamond. It's just captured energy in your energy field. And you had to bring it forth through your heart to purify it and to release it. But you had to do it on your own. And you had to do it like thinking no one understands the depth of this pain. I don't want to do this anymore. Who even sent me down here on this mission? I demand a meeting. I came down here to open my heart to love. And all it's been is chaos, delusion, psychic attack, right? That's when you can't see this from the invisible world. And codependency. This has been the childhood trauma. You've taken it on from ancestors, right? It's a generational patterning that's been released. We've helped each other do it from the collective, and you sitting there on your own in the dark, crying, bewildered, in despair, that released it. And you weren't doing it on your own. We're all there with you. We've all had our night or nights. And this has lifted the veil, look, lifted the veil on control freaks in the female version and the version of the child, the demon seed, if you will. The black-eyed child. Oh, yeah. Might have even married the Neanderthalic energy, right? But you're transitioning into a new life. It's like you are in a whole new vibration. Your ascension into unlimited wealth. So these are words to meditate on. Unlimited, infinite, unconditional. Oh, beautiful words. There's a breaking here of an old paradigm of what marriage looks like. Right? The roles we play, I'm hearing. The roles we play. Right? There's union here. This is where two hearts become one. And they become one in the mental body. For as he thinks, so there he is in his heart. So these two think on the same level. They have the same thought going forward. They've broken a paradigm here of the old, how it's meant to be, the old roles. And this is like when two become one. So this is you, collective, opening your heart to love, not expecting it, not even believing it 100%, right? Because how can that possibly happen when you don't have a role model? But you're the renegade, remember? You're the bringer of the codes. You're the carrier of the cosmic wave of ascension. And that's what the new vibration is. And this activating now, it's activating now. So these romantic feelings get stirred in a new facet of your diamond. And it lets out like a high vibrational tonic happening very soon, up to you when you decide. It's not going to be how you thought it was going to be, because if the childhood trauma is not there, then the old program can't be held in its place. So the mental body has released an old belief system or program that your parents couldn't do, that your grandparents couldn't do. And look, you're bringing it into real time. I'm hearing, oh, is there anything else? So this is where it's going to challenge you on how this is all coming about, because it doesn't have to work in your space and time. Thank goodness for that. I love hearing that. This happens in a circular timeline, right? As you are receiving a ascension vertical axis point. So this is where your vertical ascension in your pillar of light meets the new earth plane. And this is where you activate it. You're activating the grid points of Gaia. It's very exciting, but you'd be feeling it energetically. So be very kind to yourself, because things are changing swiftly. It's when you decide, though. It's like an epiphany moment comes in quietness. In quietness, is that a word? In quietness. And this is saying because you've reviewed what you want. What you thought you wanted before, you don't want anymore. So you're making a stand here. It's like, I don't care. I am not, it's at the risk of nothing. Like I'm not risking something for something else, you know? There's no risk here. I'm going to stand my ground and receive what's mine by divine right. So this is you embodying the new template. We're just going to command all final, effortless removal of all lower timelines, programs, thought forms, entities, deities, and beings which control and manipulate humanity, Gaia, kingdoms, and elementals in a negative way to cease and desist. We command all which interferes with the ascension or anything blocking the ascension of the star seed listening now and their progression to be ceased and desisted and to be bound, and all uncomplimentary creations are to be bound back to source, to never return again. So this is your creative energy which is activating. It's been a very exciting reading. Thank you so much for your time and your attention. And know that you will be receiving codes even in this reading. So notice any downloads you receive straight after this reading within the next 9 hours. Dreams, synchronicities, numbers. For you are now activated to receive everything that's yours by divine right. And this may come in surprising ways, out of the blue, sudden, unexpected miracles. This is all being set up in your favor, and you're being watched as you receive with joy, which opens to receive more, not shutting down and worrying. So congratulations. I'll be back soon, and I can't wait. I'm going to go into your star readings. They've been fantastic. Thanks so much for supporting the channel. I'll see